Court is in session.
Sports Court.
Welcome to another edition of Sports Court, where this week we're talking about a hypothetical. Could it happen? Who knows? We'll wait and see. Would Juwan Howard be a good fit as head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers? Absolutely. I will preface this by saying I believe there's only a 2% chance that this actually happens. However, should it happen, he'd be a wonderful fit. Chicago native and former Michigan teammate Rob Pelinka just so happens to be the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh yeah, by the way, his former teammate in Miami, LeBron James, happens to be the team's biggest star and highest paid player. It seems like a natural fit. He'd have instant respect in that locker room because of the backing of those two guys. Of course it's a fit.
We're talking about Juwan Howard, who was only maybe 2 wins away from not making it to the NCAA tournament this year. A guy that for a while was not particularly enjoyed around Ann Arbor for the slap and the embarrassment that he caused to the university. How is this guy a candidate? How is this guy being mentioned for the most prestigious job in the NBA right now? Of course it's not a good fit.
You're telling me the Lakers are the most prestigious job in the NBA?
Yes, it's the Lakers.
A job that was held by like Luke Walton recently, Frank Vogel. Like, come on, it's a job. It's not the most prestigious job, right?
It is the most. It's the Lakers' 17 NBA championships, the most valuable NBA team among all the NBA teams in terms of revenue. What could Juwan Howard do? What could he bring? He had one good season with the Michigan Wolverines. Outside of that, he barely made the tournament this year.
We're not talking about college, baby. We're talking about the NBA. Juwan Howard learned in Miami under Pat Riley, under Eric Spoelstra. He learned under guys who had won NBA championships. Howard himself was a member of winning basketball in the NBA. That's not something a lot of college coaches can bring. He's not going to bring these X's and O's that are going to be outstanding, which, by the way, he also can still do. He's one of the best in the business out of timeouts in the college game. You're looking at the Final Fours and the championships. Forget that. When it comes to X's and O's, Juwan has it. When it comes to respect, Juwan has it. And he's an NBA guy who would, in theory, be returning to the NBA. Mike, I'll say this. You mentioned prestige. I'll say there's one team that's arguably more prestigious than the Los Angeles Lakers. That's the Boston Celtics. You may remember once upon a time they turned to a college coach from Butler who hadn't won squat, and all of a sudden they become a much better team. I'm talking about Brad Stevens. I'm not saying Juwan Howard is Brad Stevens, but clearly there's a precedent for college coaches with minimal NBA head coaching experience succeeding at the NBA level. I think the fit is there for Juwan. Should he move to LA? Although I don't think he's actually going to take that job.
This is the Lakers. Why aren't they going after bigger names? And that leads me to believe that the only thing that's important about this are those relationships you're talking about. The fact that Juwan Howard could be buddies with LeBron James and listen to LeBron. That's not what the Lakers need right now. They need a guy that's going to come in and demand the most from his players, not to placate them, and I don't think they're going to get that with Juwan Howard. So what's your verdict? Who do you think made the better argument?
Head to the 13 on your side Facebook page or text COURT to 616-559-1310 and comment. Next week we'll highlight our favorites.
Until then, Sports Court is adjourned.